Okay, 7.3 is double angle identities. And these really just come from the sum identities. If you have u plus u, for example, that'll be 2u. I use theta for these because it's more commonly used. So we have sine of 2 theta equals 2 sine theta cosine theta. Cosine 2 theta equals cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Remember, cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. But if you take their difference, you get cosine of 2 theta. That can also be by using the substitution, the Pythagorean trig identity substitution. You get cosine 2 theta equals 2 cosine squared theta minus 1, or cosine 2 theta equals 1 minus 2 sine theta squared. So there's 3 of them for cosine 2 theta. Then tangent 2 theta, you get 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. These, okay, as mentioned before, these come from the sum identities, and I'm showing you how here. So that sine of theta plus theta equals sine of theta cosine theta plus cosine theta sine theta. That's the same thing as 2 sine theta cosine theta. Cosine theta plus theta equals cosine theta cosine theta minus sine theta sine theta, which is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. So that's a good way to remember that one. And the tangent theta plus theta equals tangent theta plus tangent theta over 1 minus tangent theta times tangent theta. And that's how you get this up here from here. See, it's the same thing. Okay. These are put separately just because they're used fairly frequently. But in theory, you could just memorize the sum ones and then just make the two angles the same, and you could figure these out from there. The second and third identities in number 2, where the cosine one is here, come from substituting sine squared equals 1 minus cosine squared theta, or cosine squared theta equals 1 minus sine squared theta, which comes from the Pythagorean identities. Pythagorean identity being cosine squared plus sine squared. So cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. And you're substituting those into the first equation here. So you take the sine theta equals 1 minus cosine theta, you put that in here, and you get the opposite of it. So it's negative 1 plus cosine. So you get negative 1 plus cosine squared theta, and you combine the two cosine squared thetas, right? And then if you plug the cosine in here, you get 1 minus sine squared theta minus sine squared theta, which is 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Okay, so those are some more identities for you to know.